Notes 4.5, day 1. If you're following along, you noticed that I skipped 4.3 and 4.4 because they are some parts of lines that we're going to save for Algebra 2. I did split this up into 2 days so that it doesn't seem as overwhelming. I am going to do a couple warm-up problems. If you want to put them in your notebook, it probably would be a very good idea to put it in your notebook. Just to remind yourself, how do you solve for y in this problem? You would minus 3x over here. Y equals, and we always put the negative 3x first and then the plus 10. We're trying to get it in y equals mx plus b form. Also called function form, if you don't say solve for y. Here's another one. This one's going to take 2 steps, and I definitely want you to put this one in your notes because of the common mistake that way too many students make on this. So write it down. Negative x plus 2y equals 6. First thing you're going to do is add x to both sides. You get 2y equals, the x goes first, then the plus 6. Now here's where the mistake gets made way too often. You need to divide by 2 here and here, but you can't skip this x. You got to stick a 2 underneath there. It's in the denominator. So this goes with y equals 1/2 x plus 6 divided by 2 is 3. 1/2 x. Remember that there's a 1 in front of the x. There's a 2 in the denominator. That way you have a slope in there or a number in front of x. I don't think we have to do another warm-up. I think you got it. Solving for y. Why do we have to do that? Because we're going to be talking about parallel lines. 2 lines are parallel if they have the same slope. Makes sense. Parallel means they'll never touch. So this line and this line have the exact same slope. They'll never touch. Maybe it went up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3. They have the same slope. As long as they have the same slope, they'll stay parallel. So it's going to ask you to give the slope of the line parallel to the following examples. So in each problem, what would the slope be if it was parallel? Well, we have to go back into early chapter 3 and talk about, do you even know which one of these numbers is the slope? Well, this is nice. It's all lined up. Y equals mx plus b. M is the slope. So what is the slope of a line that would be parallel? The slope is the same. And don't put it over 1. We're not graphing. You only put it over 1 if we're trying to put it on a graph. Don't put the x with it. Slope is m. M comes before the x. All they're asking for is a slope of something that's parallel. It'd be nice if your whole assignment was that easy. Number 2, you don't have a slope, not yet. First, you have to get it in the proper form. That's why we just practice those problems. Minus 2x over to the other side. You get y equals negative 2x plus 6. Now we have a slope of this line. And we want a slope of a line parallel to it. So your second slope has to be the same as the first. Parallel lines, same slope. Number 3, same question. Give the slope of the line parallel to the following example. Same question, but a totally different looking problem. You are going to have to find the slope. Go back and look at your old notes to find the formula if you need it, but you're going to take y2 minus y1, which is negative 3, over x2, negative 7, minus x1, which is negative 3. Careful with the minus a negative, and you get negative 4. Simplify this. Negative 3 over negative 4 is not a simplified slope. This slope is 3/4. The slope of this line. It wants a slope of a line parallel to it. What's the slope of the parallel line? It's the same, but you still have to write it down and show that you know that it's the same. not negative 3 over negative 4, not 0.75, 3/4, new slope, 3/4. So, example number 4, write an equation of a line containing the point 6, negative 4, and parallel to y equals negative 2x plus 5. This symbol means parallel. That way you don't have to write out the whole word parallel. You have an x1, you have a y1, and you have an m. We need an m if it's parallel. You're going to have the exact same slope. We cannot use the b. We cannot use the base or the y-intercept from the first line because then we'd end up drawing the same line. Get rid of that. We have x1, we have y1, we have slope. What are we going to do with x1, y1, and slope? Your favorite. We've got more of these. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Actually, these maybe are your favorite because we've done them so many times already that maybe you're really good at it, and once you're good at it, then you like them better. So what does this look like? Y minus negative 4 equals slope, negative 2, times x minus 6. A lot of negatives in there. Let's clean them up. These two negatives make a positive, so we have y plus 4 equals negative 2x, and a negative times a negative is a positive 12. By far most common mistake right there is taking that negative and dropping it down. Nope. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12. Minus 4 from both sides. You're left with y equals negative 2x plus 8. This line is parallel to that line. One more. It's the last one. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to do a whole bunch of these because they're kind of a review, kind of combining one type of problem with another type of problem and making a whole new problem out of it. You know how to do each step. This one's just going to take a little bit longer. Write it down. Equation of a line containing the point 6, 5. So I have my x1, y1. Parallel to this line. It says 3y plus 2x equals 9. We don't have a slope. Not until we do these like warm-up problems, getting y by itself, or like we had to do in number 2 back here. We've got to find the slope first. So this problem will take much longer, but it's work that you are able to do. You know how to do it. It's just take your time. Minus 2x from both sides. Slow me down if you have to. Pause the video. 3y equals negative 2x plus 9. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Again, you get y equals negative 2/3 x plus 3. That fraction doesn't reduce, so you leave it. You just did all that work, and so far all you did was find a slope. And that slope has to be parallel. So we're going to use that slope again. I don't care about the rest of the problem. I only care about the slope. You should only care about the slope. What do you do with that slope in this x1, y1? You do the point slope form. Yay! Do the point slope, do the point slope. Y minus 5 equals negative 2/3 times x minus 6. Do it. Try it. Use a calculator for your fractions. See what you get. Pause it, come back. All right, you're back. Y minus 5 equals negative 2/3 x plus 4. Did I wake you up when I said plus? Negative times a negative is a positive. Add 5 to both sides. Y equals negative 2/3 final answer. This line is parallel to that line, but it also goes through that point. That's it for the first half. Yeah, I said it. First half of section 4.1. You have to do the second half, no, section 4.5. We have to also do the second half, but not today. Different lesson.